Welcome, folks, and what better way to celebrate the end of the week? Friday night basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, and with me tonight, Grant Hill and Tim Legler. And down on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. And here's a look at what's coming up for Orlando. On Saturday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. And then on Monday, they'll be playing against Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
What a great opportunity for this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall confidence.
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Johnson and Porzingis, they're inside. Daniels and Risache out on the perimeter. And it's Young in at the point. And for Orlando, Wagner and Banchero, the lethal front. Court pair. Suggs and Bane team up as the backcourt, and it's Carter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Suggs against Young. Pass to Carter. The rebound by Atlanta. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
There obviously was a breakdown at the defensive end. They gave away too many clean looks.
Well, they say film doesn't lie, and you could just imagine these guys watching this film. It's going to be an ugly sight for sure.
The deep ball from Young. He only needs a little wiggle room to feel comfortable firing away.
And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Thanks, guys. No doubt that a healthy Kristaps Porzingis is still a unicorn for what he can bring to a team. When Atlanta pulled the trigger to bring him in, they envisioned him stretching the floor, and Porzingis has opened up about recovering from the illness that sidelined him during the 2025 NBA playoffs. Guys, the Hawks are hoping he can be the player that helps get them back into the postseason. Their entire 2025-26 regular season hinges on KP.
He's a big factor. All right, Shams, thanks for the update. And it's the Magic with the ball, following the score by Atlanta. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, I like seeing Carter Jr. challenge the defense, and he's so good at drawing these fouls.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Jamal Mosley gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. The developing game of Trae Young is something that Coach discussed with his players. Coach said he's been one of the league's assist leaders. Don't get so consumed trying to stop him that you give him the easy passes inside. They know the danger that Young possesses. We'll see if they can contain him here. Brian, back over to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. And Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, protecting the rim. Porzingis, one of the best in the league at that.
And Young, here we go. Count that one. Young's got 7 points.
And you couldn't have scripted a better start for them.
The Magic have gone 0 for 4, missing their first 4 attempts. Carter finds Banchero. Wagner up top, Risache covering. Orlando needs to get off a shot here. Just 2 to shoot. Got it.
Finally got one to go after 4 straight misses.
For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Young inside. He's covered by Suggs. Risache drives in. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Good to see Risache attacking like that. When he sees the lane open up, he gets real aggressive.
And the 8th overall pick in 2021. Grant, what surprises you about Franz Wagner?
I don't think we knew he'd be this lethal off the dribble. His perimeter shooting has really been the lone hiccup. But once he locks that in, watch out.
Oh, there's the alley. Carter can't get it to go.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Yeah, the timing was a little bit off, and it forced the miss. Yeah, he's got to be mad at himself for missing that one, especially considering the defense didn't really affect him.
Hits a three-pointer.
Well, Bane will just about live on the arc if you let him. He's got a pretty consistent stroke.
Porzingis with a screen on Suggs. Young, the pass to Porzingis. Atlanta shooting their first free throws here for the night. And And the first one at the line is good.
Standing at 7-3. We have never seen a player quite like Kristaps Porzingis. A fantastic shooter, a solid ball handler. What a talent.
Looking at who's out there now for Orlando. Black's checked in for Wagner. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Suggs. And a change for the Hawks. Alexander Walker's checked in. Now here's Banchero. Banchero with a screen on Young. Pass to Carter. Oh, he tries a three. Atlanta with a rebound.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
And stolen by Bane. Left side Jones. Now Black. Orlando moving the ball around. Here's Banchero. And down it goes. 2 points.
He can play big and tough. I mean, Banchero bangs his way in.
The Hawks lead by 3. Inside. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
Now here's Bane. 14 points for him last game against Miami. Sends it home from three-point land.
And Banchero has some range already. I mean, I want to see him continue to drain these shots.
Left side, Alexander Walker. Johnson a screen on Jones. Young from long range. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Hawks ahead. They lead by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've seen from the Hawks, what's your take so far?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Had a feeling this was going to be their strategy coming in. They've got a major size advantage to be able to execute this.
Anthony Black out there with Tyus Jones. Then there's Wagner. Then it's Goga Batadze. And it's Wagner in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. Wagner finds Batadze. Wagner on the wing. Outside Jones. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. And Porzingis with the block.
Great play by Porzingis. Love seeing this.
And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls.
The previous play is under review.
Doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they...
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, the Magic are building something. Paolo Banchero said, quote, "It's been a long time coming. The fans have been waiting for the Magic to be good and to be challengers, even contenders. There is a lot of excitement in the city right now. We're just building and feeding off of that." Brian, back to you.
They've got their fans fired up. All right, thank you, Allie. And Atlanta with possession here, following the three-point basket by Orlando. Well, you look at the contenders, Tim. Recent history only amplifies the fact that it's a challenge to repeat as champions.
Yeah, B.A., there's a couple of things at work here. First, you're playing much deeper into June, so your off-season is shorter, and then you're a target. Every arena you walk into is a different environment once you're a champion.
Jalen Suggs is checked in for Jones. A big group substitution here for Atlanta. Okongwu's checked in for Porzingis. Gay comes in for Johnson. Dyson Daniels, he's checked in for Risache. And it's Kennard in for Young. Bane, he's checked in for Orlando.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Daniels outside, launches a 3. It's rebounded by Wagner.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
Suggs, the pass to Bain. The three. Rebounded by the Hawks.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Now Daniels. Yet to see a basket. Kennard for three. It's rebounded by Batase. Wagner outside. The three is up. The shot won't fall.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Wagner. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Wagner's got 5. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Magic.
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far, really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
Orlando making some changes. Paolo Banchero comes in for Batase, and Black subbed in for Wagner. Banchero the screen. Inside. Banchero finishes with force inside.
And this is why you must push Banchero out of the paint, or else he'll slam it all over you.
And there's the screen. Here's Daniels, and he converts the layup. Daniels has got 4 points in the quarter.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
How about Dyson Daniels, Grant? Last season, leading the league in steals.
Well, averaging over 3 a game. That mark hadn't been met in over 3 decades, BA. In the process, the Aussie earning the nickname, the Great Barrier Thief. Not bad.
Now here's Daniels. 17 points for him last game against Toronto.
Well, he also did a great job on the glass, and it made a big difference.
Here's Banchero to the inside. And Suggs the bucket on the assist from Banchero. 7 points in the game.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Orlando making some changes. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Wagner, and Wagner subbed in for Black. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Big group substitution here for Atlanta. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Okongwu. Jalen Johnson comes in for Gay. Risache, he's checked in for Daniels. And it's Young in for Kennard. Now here's Wagner. 17 points for him last game against Miami.
And he was relentless with his on-ball defense, managing to pick up 4 steals.
And what a jam by Bain, using his hops to do some damage at the rim.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Johnson finds Young. Johnson a screen on Suggs. Back to Johnson. Pass to Alexander Walker. Atlanta again missing. Suggs surveys the D. Here's Carter. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. And now the Hawks on the break. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Orlando ahead, leading by 4. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
I'm joined now by Coach Quinn Snyder, and they were giving you some trouble in transition. How do you slow them down?
Well, I think we had a couple early where we were in good positions. We just didn't make the right read, and that's the biggest thing. But more than anything, whether it's a make or a miss or a turnover, we just got to really sprint back and be urgent.
The sense of urgency is key. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter.
Attention to center court. And get ready for the Phantom half-court shot. Drum roll, please. And that's where he left the shot. Yes.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
A look here now at the Magic. Great start to the year. They came in prepared both mentally and with the game plan.
Yeah, winning the first 2 games of the season would give them a huge confidence boost. And changing focus now to the Orlando Magic. They're halfway through what's certainly been a competitive game.
They've had the hot hand from deep, so I'm giving these guys the green light. Keep riding the perimeter game until they take it away.
They sure made it look easy at times. What a half. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
After a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, with both teams trying to gain an edge. Boy, what a great performance by Trae Young.
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Nothing in this league more difficult to defend than a well-timed weak side cut.
And Atlanta with possession here. 4-point game, and Atlanta looking at who they've got. Trae is flanked by Daniels in the backcourt. Johnson and Porzingis there inside. And it's Risache in at the 3 spot.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, B.A. Franz Wagner was asked to describe his game, and he said, I don't know if there's someone who I would say I play really close to. I'm like a tall guard. I try to do a lot of different stuff out there, and I hope when you see me play, you see that I'm having fun and I'm playing for the right reasons. Back to you.
Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. The Magic shooting the ball at 43% from the field. And Carroll against Johnson. And Carroll passes to Suggs. Here's Carter. Shot clock at 5. Fires the 3. Suggs, no good.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Left side, Young. Outside, Risache. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Johnson a screen on Wagner. For the lead, Young on the attack. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. All right, let's go to the leaderboard and see the top passing teams last season. The Hawks in second.
Well, this is a team that preaches ball movement. Just look at their assist totals from last season. They are determined to create high percentage shots.
Orlando has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. And Carroll outside. And Tim, 1 year, you shot over 50% from the field and from three-point range, not to mention over 80% from the free throw line. You think we'll ever see that again?
Well, Brian, I think the 50% from the 3 could be more difficult because the volume is now so high. I'm not sure they're as selective in their shot attempts, which means your percentages naturally come down a bit.
So 3 for 6 is not going to be an option for a great shooter?
Don't think so. 3 for 6 is usually the first quarter for a lot of these guys.
Here's Bane, following the three-pointer by Atlanta. Spins. Carter on the wing. Can they get it? Rebounded by the Hawks.
Oh, man, what happened at halftime? Since then, they're 0 for 4.
Oh, Trae taking it himself.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Wagner inside. Risache covering. And Wagner gets it to go.
And Wagner is a very efficient scorer in the painted area.
And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Now here's Porzingis. And stolen by Bane. And it's Orlando on the break. And now we've got an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Black's checked in for Suggs. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Gay comes in for Johnson. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Risache. And it's Kennard in for Young. Now here's Banchero. And another miss by Orlando. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Okongwu, a screen on Bane. Kicks it out to Kennard. Off target with the three. Magic trail by 3. Black, left side. Oh, big time! Ooh, and powered down. What a jam.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Now here's Daniels. He's got 6. Quickly becoming one of the most feared defenders in the game, Tim. Dyson Daniels.
Well, the numbers speak for themselves, Brian. Daniels is always engaged. Every second he's on the court, and he's right there lurking for a deflection or a steal.
Look at who's out there now for Orlando. Wagner comes in for Carter, and it's Jones in for Desmond Bane. On the wing, Jones. Back to Black. Clock at 6. Wagner with a screen. Pass to Wagner for the tie. Rebounded by Daniels. The Hawks lead by 3. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync. You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Wagner, the pass to Batadze. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. The Hawks on top, leading by a point. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
I just love the way he plays. He does a great job of making everyone around him better.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Suggs and Bane team up as the backcourt. Mo Wagner is out there with Anthony Black. And it's Batadze in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Now here's Daniels. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey guys, well, Quinn Snyder was just reviewing the plan with the team. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there, now we just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Okongwu. Jalen Johnson comes in for Gay. Risache, he's checked in for Daniels. And it's Trae Young in for Kennard. Johnson a screen on Suggs. Baseline jumper. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Hawks lead by 3.
An authoritative play by Porzingis, dominating the glass and getting the second chance look.
Now here's Bane. Back to Batadze. And stolen by Porzingis. 1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. Alexander Walker, the pass to Porzingis. Oh, the deep ball from Porzingis.
So smooth off the catch. Porzingis is excellent at judging when to take quick shots.
Here's Suggs. Shoots over Johnson. Suggs, no good. Stolen by Bane. And they're on the break. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. Young inside. Wagner's on it. Outside, Alexander Walker. And he banks in the layup. And now it's an 8-point Hawks lead.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
And one thing about this league we know, momentum can change in an instant.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. So for the Magic, Carter, he's checked in for Bataze. Banchero comes in for Wagner. And Franz Wagner's subbed in for Black. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Daniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. Now here's Young. Here's Daniels. Young with it. Johnson a screen on Suggs. Just 5 on the clock. Young goes in. Oh, the feathery touch. Dropped it right over the rim.
Looks like they're gaining some confidence here in crunch time.
And they've got a lot of momentum right now, trying to close this thing out.
And Carroll with it, covered by Johnson. Carter, a screen on Johnson. Johnson against Banchero. Suggs outside. Now Carter. Oh, that one's off. Still out of sync. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. And stolen by Suggs. And it's Orlando on the break for the finish. Oh, no stopping that, folks. Coast to coast. And the dunk to finish.
Yeah, nice initiative from Suggs. Seeing an easy scoring opportunity and pouncing on it.
Now here's Daniels. Here's Young. Porzingis with a screen on Suggs. Young, 6 to shoot. Look at Young, making it look easy. And great passing, so often the thing that separates the good from the great. Who, for your money, Tim, is the best in the association?
Well, what's crazy, B.A., is I think the top of the list belongs to a center. Trey, Nikola Jokic, to me, an all-time talent, still in his prime, and his playmaking ability, unquestionably, the best we have ever seen at the center position.
Never seen any player like him. He's amazing.
Maybe never will, either.
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Hawks.
They were the more accurate club, and in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Kristaps Porzingis.
And you can't put a price on the value of his rebounding in this game. His effort on the glass was a game changer.
And it's Atlanta's ball. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Book it!
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
And here's Young. And so it's Atlanta easily grabbing this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Trey, you guys had a look in your eyes tonight. How satisfying was it to get this win?
I mean, it feels great. It feels great getting a win. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just here to help my team win, whoever we're playing against, and that's all I care about.
Thanks, Trey. Guys?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. With Tim Legler, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. As always, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And we present the player of the game, Kristaps Porzingis.